Hi everyone, welcome back to the House of Floss and Fluff. My name is Carrie. Thank you guys for joining me. Today is Sunday, September 12th, and I'm here with my monthly Flosstube update. Okay. I know that I'm a little bit behind. Month of August, just, didn't happen. I'm sorry, you guys. Wasn't really super busy with anything. School did start. My son started his junior year of high school. I got new glasses. So, you know, we had all those kinds of appointments before school starts. You got to get that kind of stuff done. But honestly, the fibromyalgia flared on me. So when I first came back to Flosstube, so probably, I don't know, 5-6 videos back, I had talked about I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia last year around April. And so August was just one of those months where I would have a couple good days and then I would flare for a day or two and have a couple good days, and it just was exhausting. So just wasn't able to get a video uploaded or recorded, but I did get lots of stitching done, so that's good. So before I get into the Flosstube part, which is cross stitch, mainly cross stitch, I do have some punch needle to share with you guys this time, but for the most part my channel is usually about cross stitch. I do have a very special, I have two very special little guests to share with you guys. So if you follow me on Instagram, which my Instagram is @craftingpaws, I talked about the fact that we have two new members to the House of Floss and Fluff. So very unexpectedly, I was actually looking through Facebook on Thursday and happened across a picture of two 10-week-old sister kittens. Showed it to my husband. Oh, that they're from our local shelter. I think I forgot to say that part. Showed them to my husband, just thinking, oh, he'll think the cute kittens to look at, right? And he's like, oh, are they still available? And I was like, well, I don't know. He's like, well, message and find out if they're still available. So I did, and sure enough, they were. And the next day, we went up and got two 10-week-old sister kittens. So yeah, it's been an adjustment already. So they are currently kind of quarantined in our bedroom while they start to get used to the house. And so I did bring them down so that I can show them to you guys and you guys can get to see them. And then we'll go into the regular update. So, okay, so I'm gonna try. They're in the carrier right down here. I'm going to let them roam after I do this. So let's see if I can get one. Which one wanted to come first? How about you? Okay, you can come first. Okay. I can hold on to and close my carrier. Okay. And we have kitten. Okay. So this is the first one. This is Cecilia. She is the lighter of the two. My husband named them both. She is the one that you looked at the pictures, and sorry, we've got a very curious newfie, so the table's gonna rock a little bit. Okay, good girl. Sit. So when you looked at the pictures, the two of them, this one, Cecilia, looked like kind of the calm, sweet one, and she's being very sweet right now, but she's actually a very, very rambunctious little terror. She doesn't like to sleep a lot. She sleeps for about 2 hours and then she's ready to go, like that. Go. And she wakes up her poor little sister Layla, who wants to sleep. But, yep, so that's Cecilia. She's a sweetie. She is cute. She is cute and she is sweet when she wants to be. But she's your typical cat where I want attention when I want attention. Okay, let me see if I can get the other one out. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then this is her sister. She's a little bit darker coloring. Her name is Layla, like I said, and she looked like a huge troublemaker in the photos, but she's the sweeter of the two. She's not doing it right now, but she actually really likes to snuggle and cuddle with you. Okay, let's see your faces. See? There you go. As the newfie bounces the table around. Oh, yes, they are very cute. So she does, they both love to play. Of course they're kittens, so they both love to play. But they're, so far so good, you know. We've had, first night was pretty rough, not a whole lot of sleeping, but last night wasn't too bad. About every 2 hours they kind of got up and played for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then they settled back down, so it wasn't too bad. And Lucy is doing really well with them. They're not quite too sure about her. She's big, you know, she's much bigger than the kittens. And so Layla's not too sure about her. She kind of is like, I'm not sure about this. She's really big. Cecilia, though, loves her. She'll lay on her back, feet in the air, let Lucy sniff her and everything. So, yep, so they're slowly but surely, they're getting more acclimated to the house, and they're starting to get, you know, things should be good. So, but Lucy loves them. She's curious about them. So Lucy loves everything. We're lucky that way. So, okay. So there's the kitties, and I'm sure you'll get to see lots more of them in videos and on my Instagram and everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these guys play a little bit down here. Now for you guys, it's going to be like no time has passed at all because I'm just edit the videos together. But I'm going to let them play for a little bit, and then we'll tuck them into their room, and then I'll show you guys the cross stitch that I've been working on. Like I said, I've got cross stitch and I've got some punch needle. So, all right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I know when I edit this together, it won't seem like I was gone for very long, but I was gone for about an hour with the kittens. So let them explore downstairs. This was their first time getting to explore down here, and they did good. No one hung off the curtain. No one destroyed any of my fall stuff yet. So I call that a win. They weren't down here super long, but you know, for a start, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, and they got their first taste of wet food. Well, at least their first taste of wet food here. I don't know what they got at the shelter, but I gave them a little bit of wet food as a treat since they were pretty well behaved while they were down here. So, okay. So enough kitten talk, and let's get into the Flosstube part of my channel, and that would be talking about my cross stitch. So let's show you guys what I've been working on. It's been pretty busy lately. Like I said, I haven't been feeling the greatest, but that definitely left me some more time for stitching, so that's always good. Okay, let's see where to start. We're going to start with fully finished items or fully finished objects. And so these are just items that all the stitching is done and they've been turned into something. So the first two that I'm going to talk about I actually don't physically have with me anymore because they were gifts. So the first one was a gift for a very good friend of ours for her birthday. She is the pastor at our church. So I had picked out 2 different patterns from Sweet Wing Studios on Etsy, and my husband picked the final one that he said that would be the one, that's the one you need to stitch for her. So I'm going to insert the picture and I'll just put it big over here so you guys can see it. Like I said, so this is Give It to God. It is by Sweet Wing Studios on Etsy, as I said, and I stitched it on a 32 count linen by Seraphim. Unfortunately, there's no colorway with it, so I'm not sure. I don't know, the tag didn't have the color on it, so I'm sorry I can't help you guys with that, but it is kind of a pretty pale blue grayish color. I stitched it with most of the called for DMCs. I did change the blanket, the blue on the bedspread that was called for was Me Lady's Teal by Classic Colorworks, I believe, and I used a Rolanda thread. And then the other kind of big change, not really big change, but the other change I did is that instead of using, was it Gentle Arts chalk, I used DMC B50-200, so the bright white. And then I just fully finished it onto a wood plaque that I found at Walmart in the unfinished wood section of the craft area. Painted it with white chalk paint. My husband helped me distress it, and then just mounted it onto sticky board. Took some fabric that kind of has like I felt it kind of looked like a galaxy or a night sky kind of feel to it. Mounted that on sticky board, put it all together, and put it onto the plaque. Put some twine. There we go. Words are hard. I'm sorry. I'm tired now after watching them run around. Sorry. So put twine around and then put a bow on it. And so She was very pleased with it. It just so happens that her favorite color is blue, which I didn't actually know at the time. So I was really happy because that worked out really well because there's a lot of blue in that, which blue is my favorite color, so that's always good. So yeah, so I definitely not the last time you guys will probably see that piece, because I would like to stitch it again for myself eventually. Okay, so next fully finished item. This, again, was another gift. This was sent to my partner from the Great Biscornu Swap. So the Great Biscornu Swap is a group on Facebook that was started by Jen from Upton Stitches. And I think the swap started in June. We sent them in August. The theme was birds. So again, I'll insert the picture here, nice and big for you guys. So this is going to be a series of 3 pictures. So the top is a free pattern from Forest Embroidery. I changed all the call for colors. There was a DMC conversion, but then Forest Embroidery dyes their own floss, and so that was the floss that was used. And I did like the variegated look, so I just used a hand-dyed and some variegated Cosmo threads that I had in my stash. And I stitched that on a coffee-dyed 18-count linen. I coffee-dyed it. Now the bottom part, that is a free pattern from Sampler and Stitches. And I stitched that on another 18 count. I'm pretty sure I dyed that one. Kind of a rose or wine color. Yeah, I dyed that one. If it's Ada, I more than likely dyed it. Anyway, I had showed you guys in my last video, I hadn't stitched that part yet, but I had pulled the colors. And I pulled some Sullivan's floss. And when I actually started stitching it, the floss colors were way too light. So I ended up stitching it in mainly Dinky Dye's silks. And I'm glad I switched because the Dinky Dye silks colors looked so much better. And then I swear I did math. Okay, I hate math. I tried to math, but I, for whatever reason, was a little bit too close on one side. And so that's why I added the 2021 on there, because it just didn't, it looked off. So it came out, it worked out really well, but yeah, I was really kind of disappointed because I swear I figured it out correctly. The only other change that I did is that in the pattern, there is a bird on the bottom part, and that is done 1/1. And since I did it on Ada, I didn't want to fuss with that, so I just put in some extra bees. And then because I was going to leave I left this Biscornu puffy, I didn't make it squished in the middle. I did put a little button on the side there, so there was a button. And then last picture I'll insert is the whole thing put together. And so I put the whole Biscornu together, and I did do beads all the way around, which was fun. I like doing beads on those. So yeah, so that turned out really cute. And those are 2 patterns that I definitely want to stitch again for myself because they are they turned out really nice. So okay, so while we're on the Great Biscornu Swap, I thought I would show you the Biscornus that my partner sent to me, which they are just so cute. So she spoiled me like crazy. She sent me so many goodies. She sent me some fabric, bunch of finishing fabric, and the spools of DMC, the pearl cotton DMC that I use for punch needles. She sent me a bunch of those. She sent me buttons and just stuff galore. She sent me a project bag, which I'll show you guys because it actually has a project in it, so that'll come up here in a little bit. And then she sent me not 1, not 2, but 3 Biscornus. Yeah, so they are awesome. So this is the first one, and this is a very cute bluebird Biscornu. This is from the Floss Box. Isn't that pretty? And of course, blue is my favorite color, so I absolutely love this. Super cute, very cute. I love that. And then she sent me this gorgeous one. You know, you guys know how much I love Halloween. So this is from Cloud's Factory. Isn't that awesome? I love it. And then the bottom. Oh, look at that spider web. Oh, that is just so cool. Because I cannot stand backstitching. I do backstitching, but I'm not very good at it, and so that is amazing. So I love it. I could look at this all day. It's so pretty. And then lastly, she sent me this little one, this little patriotic one, which I'm thinking this is a shepherd's bush. Must be part of a shepherd's bush pattern put together into a Biscornu. And how cute. And I love the mini Biscornus. They are so cute. On them, in and of themselves, the mini Biscornus are just adorable. So I love it. So yes, I was very, very, very spoiled by my Biscornu partner. So, okay. Other finishes. So let's see, where do I want to start? Okay, well, we'll start with Cross Stitch Camp. So Cross Stitch Camp has ended, but I did complete my August Cross Stitch Camp piece. And in my last video, I don't think I had decided yet what I was going to stitch for Cross Stitch Camp. And I ended up picking a new pattern that I got for my anniversary. So our anniversary was at the beginning of August. And my husband asked me what I wanted, and I said, I want this pattern. And so I wanted this pattern from Pineberrylane. This is Witch's Garden. The minute I saw it, I loved it. I think this was a club piece last year or a couple years ago, and I so wanted it. And so I was so happy when I saw it released. And so Cross Stitch Camp for August, each month there was a different prompt. And the prompt for August was to stitch with a material that you haven't stitched with before. So whether it's on a different type of fabric or a different floss or whatnot. So I picked a different floss. And the floss that I picked is in her dress here. And that is from the Cottage Garden, which I think I got it, I think someone sent it to me for as part of a swap, but I love it. The color is Lily Pilly. It is so pretty. But yeah, look at the piece. Oh, I love this. I think I stitched this in probably like 5 days because I couldn't put it down. I absolutely love how it turned out. So I stitched this on 40 count even weave from Be Stitch Me. The color is Stonehenge. It was part of, I think it was the May fabric of the month. I did not use any of the called for colors. I don't think I did. Let me check. I did not. I changed them all, but I stayed, aside from her dress, the skirt, and even a little bit, this brown is a little bit lighter than the called for. I stayed fairly close to the called for colors aside from those two little things. And then I did not do the French knot eyes. So I know how to do French knots, and I can do French knots. I could probably do 10 French knots in a row, but you tell me to do French knot eyes, and nope, not gonna happen. I don't know why, but I cannot get them to look anything remotely the same, and so it doesn't work. But that's okay. I made it work anyway. So I turned her into a pillow. So this is the fabric that's on the front as well. I got that from a quilt shop. And so I just went ahead and I cut the piece down and I frayed the edges, and then I just did a kind of a simple running stitch and put it onto the piece of fabric and then put the whole pillow together. Did a couple twines and a ribbon bow with a wooden leaf button that I got from Joann's. And then I had a key, an old time, or a skeleton key charm. I think I got those from Michael's. So, but I love how it turned out. The only thing I would do a little bit different, if I were to do this again, is that I would put a little bit extra. I wouldn't cut the fabric quite so close to the piece. I'd do just a little bit extra fabric border. But other than that, I think it's perfect. I mean, it turned out really cute no matter what, but I'm just nitpicking at that point. But so I'm very happy with that. So I successfully completed all 3 months of camp, which I was very pleased with. So I got 3 finishes. Okay, so moving on. Well, we'll stay in the Pineberrylane family, I think. So I stitched 3 Pineberrylane patterns. They're small. They are the 3 Witches, which I don't have the actual pattern, but it was black and white anyway, so you guys wouldn't be able to see. But I changed all the colors. I stitched them with all Dinky Dye Silks. And so there's this one. This is a 28 count, I think it's a Jobelin, and it's from Hand Dyed Happiness. And they used to have an Etsy shop, but I tried to find them and their shop wasn't there anymore, or they changed their name or something, I don't know, but I couldn't find them. But the fabric color is called Gingery, and I actually really like it. And then this is a wooden like cutting board, or it's not a cutting board, but it's supposed to look like a butcher block, and I got that at Hobby Lobby, and so I just painted it brown and put a little bit of like a bronze kind of color over it. and then mounted the piece onto sticky board, mounted it onto the wooden piece, put some little pom-pom trim around it, made a little bow with some cute little, this is just a little wired gingham ribbon, and then did a little bit of the raffia and a button. So, but I think that turned out really cute. So I'm very pleased with that one. Like I said, now these are 3 witches. So the other 2, I turned into tiny little pillows. So again, these 2 are stitched on a 32 count seraphim linen, and I'm not sure what the colorway is because it was just a scrap piece that I had left over. Again, they're both stitched with Dinky Dye silks, and I stitched all of these. I stitched 1/2. So normally on 28 and 32 count, I stitched 2/2, but with silk, I was able to get away with 1/2. But I think they turned out super cute. I don't know why that's like really blurry, but I think they turned out really adorable. I love them. And then, as I drop them and toss them everywhere, that's the backing fabric. And then I just used for the trim, this is actually chenille yarn that I got from the Dollar Tree. So that worked out really, really well. So I love that. Okay, now the last 2 fully finished items are patterns that I have designed. And so both of these are up and available in my Etsy shop. And I can't remember if I had finished this one in my last video or not, if I had finished the stitching, but this is the pumpkin patch. This is stitched on 18 count Aida that I coffee dyed, stitched with all DMC. I think it turned out really cute. I love this. I'm very happy with this one. So I used just some kind of gingham fabric in the back. And then this is another yarn that I used for trim. Walmart had, so my husband actually found this. I was waiting at the pharmacy to pick up something, and my husband was kind of looking around, and he's like, we got to go over to the clearance section. There's yarn over there. So I was like, oh, cool. So this worked out perfect for finishing. I got a couple different colors. So, and then I just put the little rusty safety pin with a couple buttons. So I said this is the pumpkin patch, and it is available in my shop right now. And then this is a new pattern that I just finished designing and stitching. This is called the Boo, B-O-O, Berry Patch. And I love this. This turned out so cute. So I stitched this on a 36 count linen from Mo Sale. It's kind of a very light blue-gray color. I stitched it with all DMC, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. I love the witch. I love her house. I love her pumpkins. I love her little ghost bush. I love it. So I fully finished. This was the fully finish on this. I'm trying to get my words together here. Was not exactly what I had in mind, but overall I'm happy with how it came out. So this is actually an old metal tray that we had that I found in our garage, and I took it and I spray painted it brown, and then I took and I didn't spray paint it brown. It was like a bronzy kind of color, and then I took a little bit of dark brown paint and put a little bit of water on it so I could kind of whitewash it type of thing, but with brown paint instead of white onto here. And so it darkened it up a little bit. And you can't really see a whole lot of it, but I actually really like how the tray came out. And then I mounted the piece onto sticky board with a little bit of batting underneath it. That's what I'm trying. Wow, words are not easy today. I think the lack of sleep is catching up with me. Anyway, mounted it on here, and the piece actually turned out bigger than I had thought it was going to be. But so instead of putting another, another piece of sticky board with fabric behind it, I just kind of ruffled together. This is a wired ribbon that I kind of pulled and scrunched and ruffled together. And in some spots it ruffled really well, in other spots it didn't ruffle quite so great. But I do love the little pumpkins on the bottom. So these are actually fabric yo-yos that I turned the flat side, so they kind of look like pumpkins. And then they've got their little stick toppers for the pumpkins. I think those are really cute. So, but overall, I love this. And like I said, this is currently up and available in my shop. And oh, this is more of that yarn, just in a different color. And that did not quite go on. There we go. Well, I thought I moved it, but I didn't. Anyway, sorry. So this is more of that yarn that I got on sale at Walmart that my husband found. And works really well for trim. So like I said, so this one, these are both up and available in my shop if you're interested. So they are PDFs, so they're quick, you know, and they stitch up pretty quick. And I have, sorry, it's the price of hot glue. You get the little stringies sometimes. Okay, so last piece I wanted to talk about finish. It's not actually a new fully finished thing, but I just made this, and this is from falling down the like Dollar Tree DIY rabbit hole on Facebook. I saw someone had done this. So this crate actually you can get at Walmart in their unfinished wood area, and you paint it and you make it look like a pumpkin, and I love it. So this is probably, this is a witch pattern that I did. It's from Sub Rosa Designs, right? No, I'm sorry, Snowflower Diaries. This is Snowflower Diaries, I think. No, I'm not sure. Well, I'll put on the bottom which one it is. It's either Sub Rosa or Snowflower Diaries. And it was in, I think, 2016 or 2017 Punch and Nail Primitive Stitcher magazine. And I stitched this one last year. So she's in here kind of as a placeholder because I had another pattern that I'll show you guys here in a few minutes that I finished. And when I fully finished it, I was hoping to put it in here. But I don't know, I kind of like her in here. She kind of goes in here, so she may stay in here. But anyway, so I did this today. I made this pumpkin, and I love it. So I may have to, I don't know. I gotta get more room because I kind of want to make more of these. Because they were just, it was fun to work on. So that's what I did today. So anyway, I was talking about the piece. So the actual crate is from, like I said, it's from Walmart in the unpainted wood section. And then I just used, you can use any, you know, orange craft paint that you have. And then what I did is I just took, again, I just took dark, like a dark brown, and added water to it, kind of washed it over, and then wiped it off if there was too much on there, and till it kind of grunged it up a little bit. And then the top is, so this part is Spanish moss, that stuff. And then the little tree, well, this is actually a little dead branch from our cedar bush that we have outside. We have a cedar hedge that goes around our backyard, and there's part of, you know, parts of it die off here and there. So I just cut off a part that was dead and cut it down, and then just some green raffia on there. And yeah, but I love it. I do. I love it so much. That just turned out so cute. So cool. Okay. Anyway, and itchy nose all of a sudden. Allergies have been bad. I will admit my allergies have been really bad. Okay. So fully finished stuff, not fully finished, just finished. I don't know. I'm going on like no sleep. I apologize. This video is going to be all over the place. Okay. So this is a primitive hair, not primitive hair, primitive acorns. Primitive acorns pattern. I don't know if I'm going to have a model picture of this for you guys. It's called Pumpkin Flowers. And the reason, I'm just not sure if I have a model picture because I don't know, I can't remember if I purchased, I don't know. I don't know where my model stuff, the model part of this went, because I just print out the pattern part. But I stayed pretty close to the model. So, I don't know. That was total rambling. If you guys understood that, great. I'm sorry. But, okay. So, pumpkin flowers from Primitive Acorns. Like I said, I did the only change that I did, I think, is the dress. Oh, the dress and her socks. So her dress is, I believe it was a, hold on, I think I put the fancy floss away. Yeah, okay. So her dress is dried bluebell, Victorian motto. So it's kind of a light purpley blue color. And then her socks are a very dark purple, and that's from a Mo sale. The rest is all DMC, and it's all called for DMCs. So I just changed her, like I said, I just changed the dress to a little bit more of a purpley color, purpley blue color. I think the called for, it's kind of a bluish gray, and so I wanted more purple. And then the only other part I did is that there's a green line that goes right across here, and I didn't stitch that because I'm going to do something else for when I fully finish it. So, and this is stitched on 28 count, I believe, okay, yeah, 28 count Jobelin. This is Stonehenge, and this is from Color and Cotton. So I love that. I love when stuff is named the same and it's just different dyers. I think it's kind of cool to see how the fabric actually looks. So I just have to fully finish that one. I've had a couple different ideas on how I want to fully finish that one. That's why I haven't done anything yet, because I'm still trying to pin down exactly what I want to do. And I'm sorry, you guys, that I'm being a little confusing today. Like I said, I have not gotten a lot of sleep. Okay, and this is the other, I think this is the only other finish I have. So this is, hold on. Oh, that's right. This bag actually has two patterns in it. One's a finish and one's a whip. Okay, so this is from Amy Brucken, and it's from the 2013 Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. It is called Got Candy, and I love her so much. So she is what I was originally, my plan was to finish her kind of into a tall pillow and put her in here, but I don't know, I kind of like the witch that I have in there right now. I kind of like that one, so she's still gonna get finished into a tall pillow no matter where she goes, but I love her. I think this is one of my, not my first Amy Brucken designs, but this is my first Amy Brucken witch, and she designs really cute witches, and so she turned out really just adorable. And I stitched this on 40 count even weave in the color Grog from Bestitch Me, and this was the June fabric of the month. I stitched this with all of the called for DMCs except for her skin. So her skin was charted in, hold on, I got the pattern right here, 702. So kind of a very bright green, and I wanted a little darker green with some variegation in it. That is a Mauve Sail. And then the only other change I did is her hair was charted in a Kreinik, and I used DMC Etoile. I used 550. So not as much sparkle, but a little bit of sparkle. When the light hits it just right, it does sparkle. So, I love her. I really do. I can't wait to finish her into whatever. I think a pillow. I think she's going to become a pillow regardless, but I just love her. Okay, so into whips, new starts. Those are all together because, you know, it's just easier that way. Okay, so this was a new start. This is called Zombie Frog. It's from the most recent, so the 2021 Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. I know it's a black and white picture, but you get an idea of what the pattern is going to look like. And I changed some of the colors, but I did stick with DMs, or hold on. This one was charted in Sullivan's. And so I went through and I changed my Sullivan's to DMC because I don't have a full set of Sullivan's. I have some Sullivan's thread, but not a full set. So I changed it all to DMC, and then I had to sub a couple DMCs because I didn't have, or I couldn't find them. So I just subbed what I had. And this is, I'm stitching this on, I think it's a 40 count. It's either, I think it's a 40. I thought I had grabbed a 46, but as I'm stitching it, I think it's a 40 count. And I'm not sure, I think it's a Seraphim linen, but I don't know the color. It was just a scrap of what I had. But he is so cool. But I thought, when I started this, I was like, oh, this will take me like 2 or 3 days. It's not very big. It is 70 by 70. I'm like, this is not very big. And just this border, which I'm not even, I mean, I still have a lot of border left to do. And it's just 2 colors, but oh my God, it took me forever. His eyes took me forever too. I think I'm just a really slow stitcher, but I love him. I can't wait to have him done. And I've got like several ideas for finishing him, so I'm like really excited to have him done. And now he can have a bag all to himself because the other one, it's all finished. Oh. I think I pulled them originally to go in the same bag because they were similar colors. So but actually I don't know if I don't think there were any crossing of the colors. Oh, that was a good idea. Well, it lasted. Okay, so I did pull out my sampler. It is Sampler September, so sorry. I did pull out, I go and get a haircut this week. I cannot wait. Anyway, it's Sampler September. I did pull out my sampler for at least one day so far. I'm hoping to get it out again. So this is the Louisa Mallet 1874, and I'll insert the model picture here. And this is from Samplers Forever on Etsy. And that's where I am. So I worked on the big rose, and I have the rose. I would say I am about 85% done with that rose. I can't wait to have that rose done because the roses are what drew me to this pattern. I just fell in love with it. And even though pinks and reds aren't my normal like go-to colors, this one I could not pass up. I just love this so much. It'll probably take me 20 years to stitch it, but I love it. So I'm stitching this on a 40 count. Let me see if I have, oh, I do have the tag. It is a Seraphim. It is 40 count old stationery. And I'm stitching this with mostly all of the called for DMCs. I think I had to make 2 changes, or maybe it was only 1 change. No, 2 changes. I had to make 2 changes because I couldn't find the called fors. And I don't think I've stitched with the changes yet. So like I said, if I ever get to a Joann's or Michael's or something, I may pick up the called fors. But I love that. So like I said, I did get a little bit of my Sampler September in there. And like I said, I hope to get at least a couple more days stitching on that. But I've just been like Halloween. That's all I want to work on is Halloween. Okay, so this is a whip. I started this one last year. This is from, let me see, do I have, okay. I was just seeing if I had an actual cover page of this. So this is Silver Creek Samplers. Happy Halloween. This is from the 2013 Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine, the special Halloween issue. And there we go. So I think since I last showed this, I added in more of the moon here. And I started adding in, I think that's an owl, right? Is that an owl? No, cat, I'm sorry. Started adding in a little bit of cat. And then I did start adding in some more of the letters. I think I finished the A. But this is stitched on a mystery 28 count linen. I got this from the Stitching Bee probably 2 years ago. I wish I knew what the color and everything was because I really like this. And then I changed pretty much everything because I really wanted to use the browns, to stitch with the browns in mine instead of the, I think it was gray and black. And so, okay. And I'm just going to pause for just 1 second and I will be right. Okay, sorry about that. Just my camera automatically shuts me off, and when it does that, it messes up the voice stuff. So yeah, like I say, I changed mine to 2 different brown colors instead of the, I think it's black and gray. I got the pattern here. I want to say it's like a black and gray. Oh, and okay, and the called for in this was all hand dyed, either Gentle Art or Weeks, and so I changed mine to hand dyed threads that I had on hand. And I think the big reason I changed the lettering is because I really wanted to use, where is it? If I can find it. Yeah, I really, really, really wanted to use this floss from Victorian Motto. It's called Covered Wagon. I really, really wanted to use this in something, and so this pattern, I just was like, that's perfect for it. And so that's the H here. That shows you how much variegated. It's just so cool. So that was the reason why I changed. That was the main reason why I changed the colors a little bit, is because I just really wanted to use that floss. And I really just need to buckle down and get this done because I love this pattern and I really, really want to have it done. Okay, so this was another new start. This is a primitive hair, and I'm gonna have to insert, I'll insert the model picture here because I just have the pattern printed. This is from the 2017 fall issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Okay, and I'm sending floss flying everywhere. Okay, And let me see if I can, there we go. And there she is. I really like this one too. This is fun to stitch. It's actually stitching up really fast. And so this is being stitched on a 40 count linen. The color is Old Colonial. This is from Victorian Motto. And I'm actually using 3 of the called for colors. So there's only 5 called for colors in this pattern, and I'm actually using 3 out of the 5. 2 are DMCs. So one of the called fors is the skin tone. I don't have the other DMC stitched. I haven't stitched with the other called for DMC yet. And then this color here, this is Weeks Copper, and I actually had it, which I think is really pretty. So I'm glad I had it because I really like it. And then the other color, let's see, I changed, okay, the brown color here, this is supposed to be Weeks Grapevine, which I didn't have, and I'm using Muddy Bark from Valdani. And then the hat and all of her dress, aside from her sleeves and stuff, that the called for is Carriage Black, and I am using DMC Variations. It's number 4000, but I love it. Like I said, and it's actually stitching up really quick, faster than I thought it was going to. Because I usually am. I'm not a huge fan of stitching letters because I don't know. I find them kind of finicky because I got to do each letter, and I don't like to carry my threads, and yeah, it's me. Okay, and so project bag. So this was the project bag that my Biscornu swap partner sent me. Like I said, I put this to use right away because I loved it. I'll show you guys the inside because it is Star Wars. So hold on, I gotta grab the stuff for just a second. Oops, my floss got left, but that's okay. But isn't that cute? I love it. My whole household loves Star Wars. Even my dad read all the books, and so I watched all the movies when I was a kid, and my husband loves it, and we've got my kid into it, and so Star Wars bag was like perfect. Okay, so this is another, okay, so this one is, I'm sorry you guys, this is kind of confusing. It's another primitive Acorns pattern. It's another witch, but seriously, I don't have the name of the pattern at all. I don't know. And it's not on her website right now, and I'm sorry, you guys, I don't have a model picture of it even, so I apologize. But you can get the idea of what it's going to look like. And I did change a lot on this. So I changed the whole pattern uses DMC, and I changed it to all fancy floss except for the skin tone. The skin tone is DMC 3770. So this here, the side border here, that is dying for cross stitch. And then there's going to be a tree over here, and it'll be the same color as this part. Then the moon was done in Mosale. And then her dress is done in indigo from, I think it's Color and Cotton. Hold on. Or no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's Carrie's Creations, indigo. And then her hair is actually a very, very light purple. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm shaking the table. I apologize. I forgot I picked the wobbly table this time. I've got 2 card tables that I use, and one is wobbly, and I picked the wobbly table. So this is actually her hair color. It's a very, very light purple. And like I said, it's a Mosale. And then I used, did I use copper? I think I did. Yeah, I love that copper from Weeks. I love that one so much in the other pattern where it was actually called for. I used it in this one for the bow on her hat, and then this empty space right here is going to be her belt, and that'll be in that same color. So, and then there's a couple more stars in her dress, but she's turning out really cute. And then this is the rest of the chunk of the Stonehenge from Be Stitch Me. So it's it's the 40 count even weave. I really, really like that fabric. It's great for Halloween stitching. So, okay, so that is cross stitch of what I worked on cross stitch. So like I said, I actually have some punch needle to share with you guys. I've done a little bit of punch needle. So I have a finish. I don't know if I have a model picture or not. I think I just have the pattern. So this is the pattern, and this is from Prim in the Country. And I believe this was charted in a whole bunch of different colors. Weeks and DMC. I used all DMC, and I just, for variegated parts, I just used multiple DMCs to give me kind of a variegated look. But, oh, didn't she turn out so cute? And this is called the Misses, I'm sorry. So there's another pattern that matches this one called the Mister. I don't think I'm going to punch him though. I don't have that pattern, and I don't think I'm going to get it because I don't know. I really like her. I didn't care for his face as much. I loved her. And so I don't know exactly how I'm going to fully finish her, but I got to figure out something because she's so cool and she needs to go up. And so you want to hear the story of why I haven't been doing punch needle? So back when I messed up my Lady of the Flag a couple months ago, I decided the day after, instead of cross stitching, I was going to try and do some punch needle because I was just really, really frustrated after having a miscount on Lady. So I went to get all my punch needle stuff. It's in its own tote. It's actually in my StitchCon tote from 2 years ago. And so I pulled it out. I'm looking through, and I cannot find my actual punch needle. I have 2 punch needles. Can't find them. I'm like, what in the heck? I was so upset. We tore the house apart. Couldn't find it. So it was getting to be close to our anniversary, and my husband had, like said, asked me what I wanted. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just get another punch needle. That way I can at least do some punch needle. He's like, okay, that's fine. But he's like, why don't we look one more time and see if we can find it? So of course, I'm looking through like places that I'm like, I know it's not there, but we looked everywhere. So finally he pulled out my punch needle bag, which had all my whips and everything in it. And he's like, why don't you go through them again, look through the bags of all of your whips and just see. Yep, right there in this bag, because this is how I have everything bagged just like I would my cross stitch stuff. Right there in the bag is my thing of punch needles. They were hiding, so this piece was folded in there and the punch needles were hiding behind it. So yeah. So my husband was completely right. I needed to calm down and just look through my stuff. Yeah. So don't look for stuff when you're frustrated because you're not going to find it. Take a breath. But I'm just happy I found it and I didn't have to buy another set of punch needles. So, okay. Whip. So this is my current punch needle whip. This is called Bewitching. It is from the Cooperage on Etsy. I bought this, I think, last year, and I just love it. I mean, it's a witch and a snowman. You can't get any better than that. So, he is still in the hoop. So, I'm going to show you guys, this is the back. And I'm actually kind of proud of my back. Normally, my back looks like, yeah, it's bad usually. But this one actually looks pretty good. Okay, but here is the front. And isn't it cute? And look at the variegation. So, that is just using multiple shades of DMC. And I love it. I love it. It's coming out so cute. So I got to get back to that, but I can't. Normally I do my punch needle upstairs when it's time to go to bed. I'll punch needle for a little bit to kind of decompress, and I can't do that right now because, you know, kittens chasing after. That would not be good. Okay, so haul. Sorry, you guys got to see a close-up. Haul. Don't have a lot. I have a couple things. So I've got 2 months of fabric from Stitch Me. So this was July, and I get the 40 count Verdale or Verdal, the even weave, and I am in the neutral club. This is called Scroll. I love this. It's a really nice kind of an ecru-y brown, you know, kind of a tea dye. That's what it reminds me of, is tea coffee dye. Okay, and then this one is August, and this is called Bedrock. And this reminds me of Stonehenge, and I love it because I love Stonehenge. So I can see this is going to get a lot of use. And I cannot wait to see what she sends me for this month, for September. Okay, and then this was the Color and Cotton Floss of the Month for August. And oh my god, I love them. I'm so glad that now I showed them, and so I can use them because I love them so much. Okay, and then I did order a couple patterns. These are PDFs, so I'll insert pictures, but I wanted to have the patterns in front of me so I knew where I got the stuff from. So the first one is from Samplers and Stitches. It's called A Little Bit of Autumn. And so it kind of goes with that free summer one that I did on the Biscornu, but I love it. I had to have that one. It's just so cute. And I love the squirrel, and I love the little hedgehog. He's adorable. And then the other one I bought is here. This is from Not Forgotten Farm. This is Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. Had to do that. Finally had to do that one. Has been around, and she did a companion piece to him, his wife, Prunella. And so she put him up as a PDF as well. And so I had to grab him because I've wanted to stitch him for a while. Okay, so that was my purchases. So I'm still doing Stitch from Stash, still doing pretty good. I do have a couple things coming because it's my birthday month. So I have a couple things coming. I ordered some Victorian model floss and should be here tomorrow, and I can't wait. So I don't know if I'm going to get anything else. We'll see. Anyway, birthday. Last thing I wanted to talk about. It is my birthday month. My birthday is at the end of this month, and it's a big one. So I am turning 40, and I wanted to do a stitch along, you know, start something special and do it as a stitch along with all of my stitching friends. And so one of the stitch alongs that I enjoyed the absolute most was Heather, Link is my homeboy. She did a stitch along a couple years ago where we stitched the Black Pearl from Primitive Hair. And I'm gonna just grab you guys real quick and I'll show you, because she, oh, maybe, well, okay, ooh, sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, there is my Black Pearl. And I loved her. I probably just should have inserted a picture of her. I apologize. I hope you guys didn't get too dizzy there. From now on, we'll insert pictures. Okay, so that was one of my favorite stitch alongs I've ever done. So along those lines, I wanted to do another mermaid because there are 3 Primitive Hair mermaids that are all laid out in a similar fashion. And so I have all 3 patterns. Obviously, I have the Black Pearl, and then I bought the other 2. And so I decided that I wanted to do the Sea Witch. And I cannot wait to start her. So the stitch along is going to start on August 15th. August. Yeah, I think it's nap time. It's going to start on September 15th. Even though my birthday is at the end of the month, I wanted to start it a little bit earlier. So it's going to start on September 15th. Just use the hashtag Crafting Paws Mermaid SAL on Instagram to share your progress. And you can stitch any mermaid pattern. It does not have to be this pattern. It doesn't have to be a primitive hair pattern. It can be any mermaid pattern that you have. It can be a whip. Doesn't matter. Just use that hashtag. So, but I love her. So my husband, when I did the Black Pearl, my husband actually is the one that bought me the Black Pearl pattern, and he bought me my first project bag. This is from So Much to Love. He bought all this for me for my birthday. He did a conversion of Black Pearl for me, all the floss and everything, and he hailed and got the fabric from Jen, Upton Stitches, was kind enough to gift me the fabric. My husband picked that out even, so yeah, the fabric that I used on Black Pearl was 32 count linen from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. The color is Jamie's Kilt. And so I picked out, this is the fabric that I'm using. This is a 32 count Seraphim. This is a test dye. So this is it. But I think it's gonna look really cool on there. And oh, I did have another purchase this month. I bought this thread. This is from A Wicked Stepmother on Etsy. It's called Blueberry Hill. And so I'm gonna use this in her tail and the dark part of the seahorse. So I love that. So I changed some of the colors, but not extreme, because I actually really like the color. I like the look, the blues and the grays, but we did change a few of them. So I'm super excited. So like I said, so join me on September 15th through Instagram. It's just hashtag Crafting Paws Mermaid SAL. And yeah, I would love to see your mermaid pieces that you guys are going to stitch, because, you know, I like mermaid pieces anyway. So I'm very excited, because eventually I'd like to have all 3 done, and I want them, all 3 of them, to be finished the same way that Pearl is. And she's finished to kind of mimic a Old West wanted poster. And so all 3 of them are going to kind of look like that. So I'm very excited to get to stitching the other ones. Okay, so I know this video has kind of been a hot mess, and I apologize. I'm lack of sleep, but I appreciate every single person that subscribes to my channel, watches my videos, comments. From the bottom of my heart, I can't say enough how much I appreciate that. So with that in mind, I haven't done a giveaway in a while. So I am going to give away to 3 different people. All you have to do is leave me a comment telling me what you love most about fall. Anything that you love about fall. Me personally, I like the cooler weather. I love the colors that come out. I love Halloween. I love that it's my birthday in fall. So whatever you love about fall, and you'll get to choose, the 3 winners will get to choose which pattern they want. If they want the pumpkin patch, or if they want the blueberry patch. And they will be sent to you as PDFs. So I don't need your address. All I will need is your email address. So it's open worldwide. So like I said, all you gotta do is leave me a comment telling me what you love about fall, and 3 people will be picked, and all you gotta do is send me your email addresses, and I will send you your choice, which PDF pattern you want. Okay, and let's see, I'm gonna leave that open until I do my next monthly update. So if I happen to do any other little updates, because I do kind of have something else planned maybe. If I do any like little special updates before like my monthly official, these are all my whips, these are all my new starts, etc., etc. Those won't, I won't do the giveaway drawing then. The giveaway drawing will be done in my next monthly update. Okay? I hope that makes sense, you guys. It's making sense to my brain, so that might be scary because, like I said, I am suffering from lack of sleep. So hopefully that makes sense. But you have more than likely a month. You know, it'll be next month in October, sometime around the same time, hopefully around the 10th through the 15th, somewhere in there, to enter. And like I said, just go ahead and comment on this video what you love about fall, or your favorite thing about fall. Okay, and that will enter you into the giveaway. All right, so thank you guys for everyone that stayed with me and watched this, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it makes some sort of sense, and wish me luck with the kitties, and hopefully I will get some more sleep. So I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday, or whatever day that you're watching this. Hope you guys have a fantastic upcoming week, and happy stitching, everybody. Bye.